Hello and welcome to another Friday rant. This Friday rant is actually about myself. At the beginning of the year, one of the things I thought about doing but didn't write down, and so I sort of forgot about it until yesterday, is that I was going to endeavor to be more the kind of a person who thought differently about other people and made a different effort to comment on their actions and their character. So in essence, what I wanted to do is not be a troll. I wanted to be that kind of person who gave constructive criticism when criticism was warranted, who analyzed the facts and the data, not as a way to attack the person. So why did this come about? It came about because I said something the other day and some troll came out of the woodwork, and it reminded me that something my mom taught me when I was young, that if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Now that doesn't mean that I can't say unkind things. It just means that if I can't say something nice, then I shouldn't speak. And I looked at this individual in his comments, and it wasn't just me he was trolling. And I thought, this person hasn't said anything nice about it at all. It's almost impossible for someone to be completely and abjectly wrong about everything. For someone to have no virtues, no strengths, no good ideas whatsoever. We get a very small window into their lives based on what they share with us on the internet. But sometimes people are better than others. A few weeks back, there was a person I thought was trolling me who we realized we just had a miscommunication. And after I asked a clarification question, he responded that he hadn't thought of that. And I told him, well, I'd rather be wrong on this particular instance, because if I'm right, it's not something I would be proud to be right about. And so there are those kinds of people where without the nonverbal communication, there's just a misunderstanding that occurs, and then people get their bristles up and the hackles on the back of their neck stand up, and then they go toe-to-toe with each other when there was really no offense meant in the first place. Now, the guy that was trolling me today, I think he was a troll. But it made me remember the fact that I wanted to start this year by having something to say that was of benefit to people. You see, my grandfather was into poetry, so I'll just share a poem with you. I walked one day through a lonely town. The workers were tearing a building down with a ho-heave-ho and a husky yell. They swung a beam and a side wall fell. I asked the foreman, are these men skilled? The kind you'd hire if you wanted to build? Oh, no, he chuckled. No, indeed. Common labor is all I need. All I can destroy in a day or two what workers have taken weeks to do. I thought to myself as I went on my way, which of these roles have I tried to play? Am I a builder who works with care, measuring lives by rule and square? Or am I a wrecker who goes around content with the work of tearing down? Now, there is something in this that is my out. Rule and square are the tools of the builder. And there are rules and squares that help us find out what the correct measurements should be, what the correct angles should be, and help us align things together. And so there is a call for the kind of communication in which I tend to engage, with the proviso that I am trying to educate, uplift, inspire, and illuminate those individuals, which is why I didn't respond to this troll. I figured that that kind of a person is not actually interested in having their ideas challenged or questioning their opinions. And the other reason I wanted to rant about myself today is I pride myself on the fact that I am okay if I am wrong. I will go into class and I will tell students, if you don't believe me, go and fact check me, because if I'm right, you will have done it for yourself and you will have looked it up on your own, and then it will be information you owned, not information that I spoon-fed you. But if I am wrong, you will always remember that I was wrong about it, and that will be so it's a win-win no matter what for them. Of course, there's a potential ego blow, but that's beyond the mark. And because my friends are not really people with whom I share 100% common ground. In fact, I think that's almost impossible. My friends and I share important things, but not necessarily a majority of things. And so when one of them asked me, because he thought he wasn't good enough to be my friend, why I was his friend, and I said, I try and keep and remember these 4 words. I might be wrong. That was the only thing I thought about saying back to this troll is, I might be wrong. Because I might be. It isn't like people are never wrong. It isn't like I haven't never made mistakes. It's not like you have never made a mistake or that you never will if you haven't yet. Because if you're young enough and inexperienced enough that you haven't made a mistake yet, you will one day. We're all flawed. And it's important to keep in mind that because we're all flawed, there is a chance and a likelihood in many cases that we will make a mistake. The issue here is to not let your mistakes make you. So here I am recommitting myself at the middle of April to a resolution to change the way and the goal in which I make comments on the internet. Because whether they understand my intent or not, whether they are willing to be open to what I have to say or not, all I can control is how I disseminate my message and how I respond to the messages disseminated by others. I can choose to take offense. I can choose to give offense. I can choose to ask questions. I can choose to let others question me. Because when I am wrong, it may not be a bad thing. When I am wrong, it offers me the opportunity to correct myself, to become a better person. Of course, these people aren't necessarily interested in that. Trolls usually aren't. But you can tell the difference pretty quickly between a troll and someone who's trying to have a conversation, because somewhere in there, whether they say it or not, you can read this into what they type. I might be wrong. And the people who are okay accepting that, who are okay with that as a possibility, those are the ones with whom conversations, healthy conversations, are possible and likely. And that's where I'd like to focus my time. So forget the trolls. I've decided to just ignore him. Maybe I'll mute him. I don't know. That would certainly make it easier to ignore him and not engage, because I don't think that he's interested in having a conversation. I think he's interested in being right. And I cannot tell you how many things in my life have happened where I would have gladly been wrong. You might be wrong. I might be wrong. Let us hope and pray that some of the things that we fear may happen, that we will be wrong about them. And that those who we find unappealing will eventually reveal something good in them, so that we can say, well, it's okay. I might be wrong about this person too, because we've learned that other people weren't as we once thought them to be. Good luck this weekend, Godspeed, and may God bless this country.